Big Dragons, I'm back. It is a 4-day weekend, and I actually haven't filmed a reading vlog all week, and it's not that I wasn't reading, it's just that nothing I'm reading I could include in any of my vlogs, because I got a lot of books from Wednesday and St. Martin's Press, but I'm not supporting them on my channel until the boycott's over, so I'm just kind of navigating how to do that. I'm also dealing with a pretty annoying tendinitis flare-up, so I really can't do anything this week. And I have off on Monday, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the TBR-a-thon, the this or that challenge, and just see how far I can get, especially because I would love to like make some headway on my actual TBR game. So I'm gonna kind of do this like whenever I'm gonna pick 2 books to start, so I'm gonna do the first 2. So I'll kind of show it to you, and I'll put you on my little floor so you could see. This is the graphic that Leandra made from TBR 0. So the first thing we have to decide is a warm cover or a cool cover, and happy or melancholy. So I am going to do warm or cool cover for my physical read, and then happy or melancholy I'm going to do Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot, which is a West Harbor novel. I'm around 35 pages into this book, so this will be my audiobook for tomorrow when I decide to do some diamond painting. But now I have to go choose a book from my physical TBR that is on my actual TBR that is a warm cover or a cool color. So yeah, let me go do that. I actually really haven't looked at anything. I was thinking I was going to do a e-arc too, just because I haven't run one of those in a bit, but let me go see if anything sticks out at me, and I will report back. I think I'm gonna do a cool cover though. That's what I'm kind of feeling the vibe for. So let me go see if anything on my Kindle works, and if not, I'll pick a physical book and then we'll chat about it. So I am going to change up my physical TBR a bit, but I think I'm gonna read an ebook, and I'm gonna read an e-arc, which I do need to read, Hollowthorn by Kayla Josephine. This is the second book in the Ravenfall series, and I really did like the first one. Like, it worked very, very well for me. This cover is just so cool. Like, it's a nice, cool cover. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go read this for a little bit. I'm also watching Only Murders in the Building, which is really, really fun. So I'm gonna pick this up. This will be my physical book, and then tomorrow, after I go to the dentist and after I come back, I'm going to pick up Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. This is actually a gift, so I'll be getting 2 books down, and I don't know how long this is going to go, but I definitely do want to read tonight too, because tonight is where my plan is. So yeah, that is my plan. If I make any like significant progress in Hollowthorn, I will give you an update. It's also a sequel, which is good, and it's an e-arc. And yeah, I'm gonna go read the first like couple of chapters just to like reacquaint myself with it. But I'm super excited because I really did like the first book in the series. I've also really liked Kayla Josephine's like other series as well. I wasn't the biggest fan of this Dark Descent by her. Like, I struggled a little bit, but I loved her middle grade. So I'm excited to dive back into this, and I will update you guys when I'm about 25% in. Bye. Book Dragons, I am back. It is Saturday. Technically I had a 4-day weekend because I took Friday off because my foot was still injured, and it still is. But I did want to say that I did wind up reading about 70 pages or 26% into Hawthorne, a Ravenfall novel, and I'm enjoying this. I really did like the first one. I was going in a little bit hesitant because I did not love, sorry, my dog is gonna come visit. I did not love her adult book that I read, The Dark Descent, which had to do with like horse racing. But this is a sequel to Cassie. But this is a sequel to Ravenfall that I really, really did love. And this follows 2 characters. It's very enthused with like Irish or Jewish mythology, which is very, very fun. And I'm just having a good time. This is more quest focused. It also involves Anna's relationship with her dad and Colin's complicated relationship with his sibling, which I'm really enjoying. So I'm gonna take a bit of a reading break. I had to go to the dentist today, and it did not go the way that I wanted. And I'm petting my dog's ears. But I wanted to also make some listening progress onto Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot, which my friend got me for Christmas, and this is also on my immediate TBR. This kind of vlog is just to kind of see how many books could I read on my TBR as much in like 4 days, which I'm really excited for. So Sorry, you're gonna see a beautiful puppy face there. You can't really see her nose, but she's there. But yeah, so I'm gonna go do a little bit of my diamond painting and listen to this, take a bit of a break, because my iPad batteries aren't the greatest, so I want to get a bit of a break. And when I read to like 50% of it, I will give you guys an update. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I am back. It is Saturday. It's like almost 4:30 exact. But I did wind up listening to page about 174 in Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. I'm really liking this book. I think if you read the X-Hex, I think the X-Hex and the other book in that series, I think that this is like a combination of those two plots, which I think is very, very fun. I read Meg Cabot when I was a lot younger, obviously, for the Princess Diaries, but I'm just like liking it. I think it's like a fun read. But basically you follow a character named Jessica, and she is like a hedge witch, like a cottage core witch. Basically means she's not like a lineage witch, but she does do small things. And when she was younger, she casted a love spell on somebody, and that led to a lot of complications. But now in the present, a guy named Derek, who's loosely connected to like the official magic world, comes in and says, look, you're the chosen one. You have to work with this girl to like save the town. And they have a budding romance. It's very, very cute. I like the story. It's just like a quick listen. But yeah, it's like a combination of those two plots, because the boy that like she basically put a hex on, basically put a love spell on, is with the wrong girl in the present. So I'm liking it. It's a fun read. And I'm about like almost 200 pages into it. And then I am also physically reading Hollowthorn, a Ravenfall novel. And this is like a fun read. Like I really do like the Jewish mythology. That's something that Kayla Josephine does do super well, especially in her newer stuff. And I'm liking it. It has a friendship. It also has a lot of family dynamics in this story, because you get to see Anna and her relationship with her dad, but in this one, and you also get to see Colin, and he's dealing with kind of trying to become a bit more independent in his life, which I do like. So when I get up to 75% into it, because I'm like 53, I have like an hour and 26 minutes left. So when I get to like 75%, I will definitely give you guys another update. But I like it. Again, it's a sequel, so I don't want to talk too much. But basically, the first book in this series, you follow Anna, who's kind of coming into her powers, and she winds up crossing paths with Colin, who did witness the death of his parents, and that's how they get interconnected. And now they're on a quest to kind of save this trade. It also takes place around Hanukkah, which I think is a really, you never really get to see stories around that. So it is like a holiday romance, but like a subtle holiday romance. I will say that. And there's also, if you read The Spirit Glass by Ronnie Chosky, it also has a house in there too. And I think the magic systems are a little bit similar. So yeah, that is my plans. I'm going to go read a bit more of this, get to 75% in, and then I'm probably going to craft a little bit more. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna go back to reading and watching YouTube and stuff like that. And I also am still watching Murders in the Building. So that is my show for the weekend. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon for another update. Hopefully tonight, but it's like literally 4:30. So I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, last night I did wind up finishing Hollowthorn by Kayla Josephine. I will attach a photo some point in this vlog. I actually really liked it. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars for review. I like the book like quite a bit. I thought it was a really, really fun adventure story. Very, very different from book one. And it was a fun quest related story. I really liked book one. Book one is actually right here because I was listening to it and then I stopped. But this is Ravenfall by Kayla Josephine. The next one is Hollowthorn. Very, very quest focused. It also is a light Hanukkah romance because it does take place during that time period, which I think is perfect. So if you want like a holiday romance read, but like something with like connected to Jewish mythology, but is not really like about the holiday, it's very, very light. It does have a quest element, a lot of friendship dynamics. It also talks about the complicated relationship between Anna and her dad, which I really liked. And so the next prompt, I'm going to attach Leandra's graphic at some point in this vlog, is pick a book with like a cloudy setting or a summer setting. So I'm going to read Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is a sequel that is on my monthly TBR. So my goal is to read 200 pages of this today and 200 pages of this tomorrow because I would like to not feel so far behind in my reading. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm also still reading Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot, about 174 pages in. My goal is to get up to page like 250 the next time I see you guys. So to get up to that, but that's my goal. So my goal is to finish these 2 books before the end of the weekend. So my goal is to start this. This is also my pretty Barnes & Noble edition, which is stunning. It has the step back. And this is a sequel. I really liked Belladonna. I know that everyone loved it. This one I haven't really been watching reviews of, but I know people haven't said it's not their favorite, but it's historical romance. I think it has a murder mystery element to it. And yeah, I'm gonna go start this and I'll report back when I have made, we're about 100 pages in, so I have like a couple of updates for you. In my dream world, I would finish this whole book today, but I doubt that's gonna happen, so I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey friends, oh god, my ring light always falls. So I did want to say that I did wind up getting up to page about 100 in Foxglove by Adeline Grace, and I'm liking this book quite a bit. And I think that people, like in the reviews I read, they weren't the biggest fan. I think I know why, because this book does follow 2 main characters. Follows Blythe, who, if you read Belladonna, which you definitely should read them in order because there is a consistent plot point, was the sister that was the cousin that was having a lot of the poisoning issues, which is how death became so ingrained in Cygna's story. But this time you could also get Blythe's point of view, which I actually really like. And there's a new character, what's his name? I think his name is Fate. Yeah, like he's like the guy that kind of like builds fates, and he's watching them. And there's a new murder at the start of this book that is basically involving Blythe's dad and her uncle, and she wants to kind of team up with her cousin to kind of figure out what's going on. So I'm liking it so far. My goal is to read another 100 pages today because I am in the process of reading a lot of big books, and then it just takes me so long, and then I feel like my enjoyment wanes a little bit. But my goal is to read another 100 pages tonight, which I think is definitely doable. So that's my plan. But I also am reading Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot, which is very like witchy-esque. I'm almost at page 250, which is pretty good, and it's just a fun time, like a fun listen. Kind of gives me Buffy the Vampire Slayer vibes. Like you have like a chosen one, you have witchy dynamics as well, which I'm super excited about. So hopefully I can keep reading this and I will be able to finish this either today or tomorrow. But it just has some fun time. It has a fun witchy environment. It has hate more dynamics. It has like a town that kind of reminds me of Stars Hollow. It has a past and present dynamic. If you really liked The X-Ax by Erin Sterling and you like the other book, The Kiss Curse, I think that you would like this because I feel like it's a combination of both those books like in one. But it's just a fun time, and if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I think Enchanted to Meet You will be a fun title for you. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch, do a bit more of my diamond painting so I can listen to a little bit more of Enchanted to Meet You, and then I will come back when I have read about 100 more pages of this. Hopefully it's today. It might be tomorrow, but I would like to be today. And then tomorrow we're going to do my bullet journal together because I'm off tomorrow and do a little bit of editing stuff. But in an ideal world, if I could be honest, I would love to read to page 300 of this tonight, but I don't know if that's doable. I really don't. So, but 200 is the goal, and yeah. So I will see you guys when I have more updates on both of these, but my most immediate update will probably be Foxglove. Bye. Hi friends, I'm back here to actually wrap up my vlog because I think I accomplished all that I wanted to, and I want to do a bit of I want to kind of set myself up for success. I'm going to do a bit of a mid-month reset where I kind of reassess where I am with my TBR, see if I want to make any TBR changes, especially because this year, like a lot of content that I was pulling ideas for came out in January, like the end of December, beginning of January, so I just didn't watch it. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up what I read, which was Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. This was a book that was on my physical TBR, and it was a gift from a friend of mine. So I went up finishing. I gave it 4 stars. I really like this book. I thought it was very, very fun. I have not read Meg Cabot since I was a kid. So when I was doing my spreadsheet, I decided to like include her as a new author to me because I've never read her adult stuff, but I just liked it. It was fun. It was cute. It had a nice diverse story. I felt like there was a nice element to it. There was also a very, very interesting way the story was told, and it was a fun romance. So I gave it 4 stars for review. So now let's look at my TBR. And I'm going to kind of go through it. Everything that I did chat about was for Bookymon, so when I do my actual wrap-up, which I'm going to film next, I will chat through that. But I'm just kind of looking at my TBR now and kind of seeing what I want to change. So I had like 15 things on my TBR. So I'm going to change out Midnight Girls, and I'm going to put Fireborn on by Rosario Munda because this is going to be in a video that I'm doing. I'm sure you could guess the video that this is going to be in, but I'm going to add that. I'm going to swap it out because I was thinking that was going to be on a lot of people's end of the year list, like their best ones, and it was. I did read Dungeons and Dragons, and I did read a second e-arc, so I read Hollowthorn, so that counts. Adult fantasy, I'm gonna switch one of them because I have to read 2. One of them is going to be The Foxglove King by Hannah Whitten, and After the Forest by Kel Thomas is going to also be on my TBR, but that was there already. I'm just switching it a little bit. Nonfiction Women and Me I have not read yet. I don't actually have plans to read it in the next week, but there's a lot more months in the year. And adult fantasy, the second one, is going to be After the Forest by Kel Thomas. I don't have it because it was on my TBR. I'm just kind of switching the placement of it. And then I also have Debut. I'm going to switch out one of them. I think I'm going to switch out To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods. And I'm going to add Powerless by Lauren Roberts because everyone has been talking about this and I want to be on the hype train. It's also going to go in that Booktuber Favorites video that I'm going to film this week. Debut 1 is When the Darkness Stands Still, and I actually am on a blog tour for that, which means it does need to get read. I did finish The Baker and the Bard. I did finish Enchanted to Meet You. My Birthright book club for Just from Peace Love Books I finished. And I am just going to do God Killer for that video as well because Keep Calm with Books and Coffee, I think, really liked it. And I'm also going to add a new sequel, Ravenous Dead by Darcy Coates, which I do really want to read. And Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier got picked out of my wrapping things. I'm going to add that as an audiobook. And a Veronica Speedwell book. So I still have a lot of books. I hope to get a lot of these accomplished. But that is sort of my wrap up for this week. This is like a little bit of a mini readathon. I just wanted to kind of catch up. I didn't want to feel too far behind. And I don't think I did that bad of a job. So let me know in the comments, do you read a lot on long weekends? I definitely do. And I would love to see you in the comments. And I will talk to you guys soon.